I'm Electric.
BritSmash!
And welcome back
to Arrow.
Alright, so we have just a couple of things to talk about before we get started. So,
but first, let's start lighthearted. Last week's episode, well, previous episode was, honestly, it was good. Thea was a highlight for me for last week's episode.
Yep.
And some things were addressed for what we felt went wrong with the mid-season finale for Arrow, and they addressed the issues between the team and the mistakes that were made, but then everyone is now on level ground. Everyone understands each other. Everyone's adults, and they talked about it.
Last episode was good because, yeah, exactly. There was maturity. There was a force to be reckoned with all the villains teaming up.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver doing some solo Green Arrow work, which is cool to see. And also him, like, kind of partnering, geez, with a known criminal. Who was a reference to Huntress. Please, Lord,
God.
bring her in.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, so it was overall a solid episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have no Stardust Spotlights for last week's episode of Arrow, which is fine. But if you want to become next week's Stardust episode, if you want to send us a submission, look at our description below for information, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Feel free to tag us in your Stardust Arrow, and you'll definitely be featured because nobody did it last week. So
it's fine.
Open spot. I know we've been talking a little bit, so we're just going to talk about how the fact that we talked about before about step-parents and how. Okay, so I saw not a really spoiler, but I saw a scene because sometimes I see edits on Instagram, just like little picture edits, and I saw that William was talking about, oh, I'm not as afraid anymore to be an orphan because I have a Felicity. I do not know if that's the exact dialogue, but
or if it's a fan-made edit.
Exactly, but my fear is if that's real, we have problems.
We have nothing against the characters or anything. This is purely about the writing, I think. So with what Alex saw as that little snippet of it, we both kind of got uncomfortable with that idea, writing-wise. We didn't think that was a natural progression for William to say that. If he does say that, with kids, if they have a step-parent or a step-parent figure, it takes a little bit for them to get comfortable with them, even if it's the greatest person in the world. And with different circumstances, it's normal, but that's just what happens. And I could say for myself, I had that too. And I'd be kind of upset with that idea if William is just automatically, oh, I love you and you are my stepmom now, like I could call you mom, or he respects her. And I'm not saying that he should hate her or anything, but have at least, you know, a time period where they're getting adjusted to each other, that they deal with the difficulties of not getting along at first, trying to adjust, like, okay, I'm gonna call you Felicity and you're gonna be okay with that, right? This is our term, but we're good. You know, have that kind of set in stone, and I haven't seen that yet this season, and I think it's important to show that because that's what real people go through. That's what I went through as a child. I was 9 years old when my parents divorced and I got a stepmom. And while things are good between me and my stepmom now, and I love her to bits, I call her Lisa. She's not my mom. I love her and I respect her, but she's not mom to me, and it took time. It took years for us to figure things out, and there was a lot of rough patches, and I think it would be really amazing for Arrow to show those rough patches and show how they get through those rough patches, because the people, step-kids, step-parents who go through that, I applaud them for trying. Divorce or whatever circumstance where you have a step-parent in the picture, it's never easy, and you applaud at least the effort that goes in to try to voice that. And I get there's also some instances where it's not a pretty picture.
6 months, that's how long it took for William to open up to Oliver, who's his actual dad. And for
blood. By blood.
Yes, that's right. So his actual dad by blood. And if he's to warm up to Felicity, when they've only given us 2 or 3 scenes of them spending time with each other, for him to be automatically okay with this person just being his guardian if Oliver dies is unacceptable. Because that's not his mom. He lost his mom. And Oliver had a tough enough time being his real dad.
As much as the problems we've had with Felicity and the Felicity character, that's disrespectful to those characters. If you're gonna make that easy for them, make them Show us scenes where they're trying to adjust, or William says, I'm not comfortable calling you mom, or you're Felicity to me, or something like that, and they say, okay, it's fine, and then you see that growth, and then maybe give it 2 or 3 seasons, because that's what, a few years? If the character feels comfortable then to call her mom, that's fine, because we at least saw that progression. But we can't force something when if you would try to force that in real life, it wouldn't happen. But the writers need to be respectful to the fan base and the realism it started with. I heard good things about this episode, actually.
Okay.
So, I heard a lot of people liked it. Chainsaw liked it. Torchwood liked it.
Alright.
Everyone said that it was good.
We shall get into it.
Yep.
This is Arrow.
Season 6.
Episode 11. We Fall.
We Fall. That's it.
He likes to operate out of here, but
That's pretty. It's cool.
I had a funny conversation about that with Jordan. Oh.
Sad day. Is that a Prius?
Oh, someone hacked into the system.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shit.
you win. Again.
Well, he must be out of practice since he quit being a Green Arrow.
That must be it.
He got a haircut.
Get ready for your field trip, yeah?
And
Yeah.
The
Flashback
National
back.
Wildlife Center, right?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Take your flash backpack.
He's in prison.
Learn something. It's Frank Pike.
He's dead?
I will see you soon.
I mean, electrocution's a weird thing because I don't know.
You get your stuff.
Damn, they need a police commissioner now.
Please, thank you.
Shit. Who's gonna be the new commissioner?
That's important stuff. You.
Just when I thought I was off.
They pulled me back in.
How does we?
That's a little much, but what are you, paranoia?
Kane is attacking the city.
They all know what the real thing
They're
is.
like-
Protect the people.
Don't be petty. Which they.
Frank Pike is dead.
Say it again. Say so. This is kind of what Albert told me. We should just travel.
Safe.
Safe zones are a good idea. Now I have to get back to City Hall.
Good job, Thea.
Go. We got it. Good luck.
Oh, Thea.
Can you guys hear me?
No, they
Shit.
can't.
Oh, fucking hell.
James is my target too. I'm undercover with his organization.
You think this T on my face stands for gullible?
I need your help.
I don't trust him.
Why should I trust you? I think you'll find this one's rather important.
Things, institutions, even people,
I don't know. He hasn't revealed it.
all under my dominion.
So that you'll suffer. I didn't kill your son.
Yes, you did. 1 year ago, this very day, right here in Star City, you missed your intended target.
Not working together anymore. My team can handle it.
My team.
Handle what?
Huh.
Hey, Rosie hasn't hit yet?
Yeah, there's one exit left over the city, and it's the tunnel.
Oh, come on.
Pretty hot.
Come on, assholes.
Cisco help with another suit.
Ooh.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my God!
She's stopping a train?
Can't stay put.
Oh my gosh.
That
that's
was
powerful.
amazing. Oh, shit.
There you go.
Good job, William.
Whoa!
Oh, shit, not his son.
I'll take care of everyone else.
Nice. I like that. That adds just what it needed to that suit.
Oh shit!
You okay?
Hey, he saved your life. Yeah.
I can't have him out there on his own right now with everything that's going on. Listen, bud.
He had to make it. He's the Green Arrow. He has to save the city.
I know, but William still. Promises are big for kids at that age.
Yeah.
I think it was a really awesome book.
It was.
You guys, or are we just screwing consensus now?
Yep, first team fight.
He did.
Making big decisions is hard, Curtis.
Okay, so maybe you can get some.
So they're all learning too.
Stand over there.
Great.
Okay, great, thank you. Because we know Oliver didn't kill Owen. So whatever was in that package, that evidence.
That evidence had to have been faked somehow.
Huh. But like, stepmom in training over here.
Get it fine, Wesley.
This is good.
Hey Will, your dad's on TV.
Next phase.
God.
He's super predictable. He almost takes the fun out
State
of it.
phones are filling up, they're completely offline, and taxes are free.
Talking to you, Mark Guggenheim.
Then I'm not gonna answer that yet.
Okay. Fair enough.
Active parenting techniques.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That true?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to be left alone.
Also true.
I know I have to talk to him.
The lie. All I ever wanted was for him to tell me the truth, you know?
Okay.
And that's all William wants. All he wants to know is the truth, the good, the bad. James, here we are.
Okay.
You know what I think? I think William can handle it.
Okay, well done, Luke. That was good wording. Oh!
What's going on?
That's a warning, not a directive. Oak Street is one of the safe zones Oliver and Quentin set up.
Shit.
Groovy.
Still better. Baby. It's reminiscent of when other superheroes, like, end up working side by side together, you know? They don't give away all their secrets.
But they're not gonna just say nothing.
Yeah.
And Hero still makes me go. I never forget that. Truthful. He's lied. He's secrets.
Nice.
This life, it's not ideal. It comes for granted. We have to live with the fear and the uncertainty that
Ooh!
take it from us in an instant.
Shredder! I'm taking you to hell with
Ooh, so he is a double agent.
'Cause that's the price
Unless
we
he's
pay for choosing
tricking them to think he's a double agent.
You mean
everything
triple agent.
for a good reason. Right here. Oh. You probably should not have been allowed to watch that. That's definitely parenting 101.
it's Green Arrow?
Okay, I'm gonna give...
Good work.
That was good by Felicity. That was good word choice in helping him. She's trying, so that's good.
I was gonna say badass.
Yeah,
He's a Green
badass.
He's the Green Arrow. All he just needs is his partner.
Talk it out. Put it all in the open.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm terribly sorry that I lied to you. There is no other.
And I get that now.
Wow.
I mean, I was worried before that I'd become an orphan. But it's different now. I have Felicity. I understand why you have to go out there. I'm gonna get to bed.
You can't win them all.
Too true.
Damn.
Okay. So,
Want to just rip off the band-aid?
context is important.
Yes.
It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Agreed.
Still bad.
In context, I think what William meant was Felicity showed him that it's gonna be okay. you know?
Like, so what he meant was, I'm not just gonna, my parents dead. What? He means that, you know, he understands what's happening now.
Yes.
He understands the consequences. He understands why his dad does what he does. So he's not in the dark.
Yeah.
He's not, oh, my mom's dead now. Well, what the fuck do I do? So it's
Yeah.
not like that. So it makes sense.
I'm not mad. I'm honestly not mad. It's just that one line irked me. But I can't be mad given the amazingness of the episode prior. All the characters were fantastic. The development was fantastic. I was proud of Felicity for what she said.
Yeah, I will.
And she's respecting her boundaries too. She's saying like she's a step-parent. She's not trying to fill the role as mom, which I respect.
He never said mom. He said that to the bulletin. Well, you know, the classmate. At least, like, your mom doesn't read. At least, you know, it says technicalities. We'll say Felicity is William's step
Mom, yes.
So technically, she is. He never said outright, "Oh, mom." He just said, "Hey, at least my stepmom," he alluded to it, "can do this where yours cannot." He never said it. He just alluded to, "Hey, at least, you know, my guardian, my step guardian, you know, whatever you want to say, can do this." And I really had some respect for William.
Yeah.
He has grown so much.
Well, he's thrust in a world that, like, you gotta grow up fast, which Oliver was really worried about. He wanted to separate him from that, and he didn't want him to be affected by it. Like, because he didn't want to get traumatized. I mean, from Oliver's point of view, he was just trying to protect William. He was living a normal life just with him and his mom, Samantha, until everything happened. He got kidnapped with his mom. Fucking Prometheus killed her, and now he's found out that, oh, my dad's the Green Arrow, and he's also the mayor, and I never knew him before. My mom never mentioned him, except he visited every now and then, and now 6 months just adjusting to what the fuck. I get why Oliver wanted to protect him, but then, in William's case, being thrust in that world in a big, like, traumatic change, you gotta grow up fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, we saw his forgiveness. Mm-hmm. Even the kid was bullying him. He's like, "Get out of here. We need to get out of here." That was a good moment. Seeing his leadership was a great moment. Mm-hmm. Seeing that once he understands the situation, he is more open to different options. He's not going to just say, "You can't be the Green Arrow because I said so." So he respects that his dad has been doing this for a long time. And yes, Felicity did give a good speech over some awesome action set pieces from everyone. About... Sorry, you know, in this line of work, you know, it strengthens your bond knowing that you're going to be there for each other, especially in situations that they're in, and that heroes don't always get to go home, but you know what? They do it because they have to. Mm-hmm. So that's important. And William, just a little stinger at that end, but still, it was nice to see that he gets it. He is growing. He's understanding. You know what? Maybe I have to put myself aside and understand that my dad saves the city, and that's what he does. So, just like, again, Felicity had some good moments. It actually didn't come from Felicity, that little sting, but how she said, you know, I didn't fault my dad for what he did, just don't lie to me about it.
That's more the writers, though. They're trying to force something, which everything else was really good. I want them to keep the progression. Yeah, like I said, William and Felicity can have their moments where they're bonding and stuff, but don't rush it. Just don't rush it. That's all I'm saying. I'm good with everything. This episode was honestly amazing. Yeah. It's one of my favorite episodes this season so far.
We had a great team building with Team Canary, I guess. Team Terrific.
Team Wild Terrific Canary.
Of course. No, genius.
Terrific Canary Dog.
Sounds like a carnival food. Okay. But just we need Roy to complete the team. Mm-hmm. But it's the perfect time to bring him in, and I know he's gonna bring me around, so it's gonna be. Anyway,
I still don't trust Vince. I don't trust it.
I do.
You do?
Yep.
Oh no, I'm gonna keep on guard. I'm gonna proceed with caution with his character. I don't know if I can trust him. I don't know yet.
Well, I mean, he outed himself as a traitor.
Yeah, but he killed the evidence, so at least Kate and James would know that he was a traitor.
Well, there's no reason for him to be with Kate and James at this point, right? He has the person that he used to love.
Well, he's still trying to get intel, right? Is he gonna still go back and get intel? We'll have to see next episode.
That's a good question. See, we'll judge his character based upon his next actions.
Okay, fine.
Which is fair. But yeah, so great episode.
Yeah, I thought honestly this episode was, if I'm being completely honest, 10 out of 10.
Wow. Impressive.
I give it a 9.5 for that one line, but that was the writer. It has nothing to do with the characters
exactly.
or anything. But
exactly. It was just one little sting. But
really good development by everyone.
Yeah, it's just so to show you, you know? If you see things out of context.
Yeah, and again, that's what we were saying in the beginning, that we jumped to conclusions because we got really worried because we love this show so much, that's why we continue to react to it. We're not going to react to something we hate.
That's the thing. We love the show. I do love this show, and the reason it's like fucking parenting shit. Where your parents are like, I'm just hard on you because I want you to be better. It's just like, we're just hard on you because we want you to be better, okay?
That's actually us.
Yes.
Pretty much, but I'm glad that we saw the episode, so it's like good. It didn't get to that point. I still hold those same views of what I said at the beginning of the video, what we were worried about.
Yes.
But keep this natural progression. I'm respecting all the characters. Even Felicity's growing on me again. If she keeps this up, she's growing on me again like she was in season 5.
It's a solid episode. So, I know this episode's gone for very long, but you know what? We have to lay it on the grounds of what we think, our opinions, because we know people come for our reactions, but, you know, what would we be if we didn't throw our 2 cents in there, you know?
Yeah.
We want to be honest. That's the main thing, always. Always honest.
And let us know what you guys thought of this episode. Do you agree with what we said in the beginning? Do you agree with how we ended the episode? What our thoughts are? Let us know in the comments.
And make sure to look in the description for Stardust. Again, if you want to be in next week's Arrow, let us know what you thought about this episode.
Yeah, just all the information's below.
Alright guys, see you in the next one.